because before Aizen could even finish his sentence, he gets a face full of palm. This dude Ichigo palms this face and forcibly moves him to another location. What's good, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're switching it up a bit. We're finally talking about some Bleach. Yes sir. And not just any Bleach moment. We're talking about one of the coldest not just pull-ups but fights in the entire series. I'm talking about that final Ichigo vs Aizen fight. This fight had Ichigo aura farming from the second he stepped on the screen to the moment he lost his powers. It was peak. But before we get into that, if you're all with anime content, be sure to leave a like, subscribe. And the question for the comments today is, if you had to be assigned to one of the 13 court guard squads, which one are you joining and why? And without further ado, let's get to it. Alright, so we gotta kick things off with before my man Ichigo put up to the battle scene. So peep this. Gin just failed trying to pack up Aizen after betraying him. And let me just say real quick, I know Gin is punching the air right now. It really looked like his sneak attack on Aizen was a huge success. Had the Hogyoku in his hands, Aizen was laid out, he was cooking. So I know bro was flabbergasted when this man Aizen evolved again. Like, what do you mean I damn near kill you and you get a power up? Niggas getting Zenkai boost now? Wrong anime, buddy. Anyway, with this power up, Aizen takes back the Hogyoku, stares at this nigga Gin, and before bro could even comprehend what was going on. Jump ahead a little bit, we see Gin laid out and Rengoku crying cause, well, Aizen just packed up her man. While she's breaking down, this nigga Aizen is just staring in the background, heartless, fully prepared to add another body to his kill count. But then we hear the sound of someone landing. Aizen turns his head, and this is when we see Ichigo posted up carrying his pops. And let me just say, the moment this nigga Ichigo stepped on the screen, his aura was through the roof. Characters like Jinwoo and Gojo could only dream of. Like, peep how everything stops when he arrives. Everyone is just basking in his presence. And just to add icing on top, the music that's playing when Ichigo pulls up, this shit is gas, my nigga! So Ichigo puts his dad down and checks in on his sisters and friends, making sure they're all good, before Aizen speaks up and pretty much tells Ichigo,
"Damn bro, I gave you extra prep time and you showed up with zero spiritual pressure? Sorry ass nigga."
Aizen was talking spicy to Ichigo, calling him a disappointment and all. We then see Gin open his eyes and look at Ichigo, and the moment he saw the look in his eyes, he knew that for Aizen,
there's no way out of this one.
Anyway, back to Ichigo and Aizen. Aizen is still talking his shit, but that's cut off by Ichigo telling him, "Hey bro, not gonna lie, I'm not trying to fight here. Let's move." Aizen hears this and starts talking even crazier, telling Ichigo he's in no place to make requests. But here's the misunderstanding on Aizen's part. This wasn't a request. See, Aizen thought Ichigo was asking him to move the fight location. No. He was telling you. Cause the next thing Ichigo does has got to be like top 10 most disrespectful shonen moments of all time. Because before Aizen could even finish his sentence, he gets a face full of palm. This dude Ichigo palms this nigga's face and forcibly moves him to another location. Ichigo is different. Like, what possesses a man to do this? Palm this dude's whole face like a basketball? Nasty work. And peep Aizen's face. Bro is still in complete disbelief. Grabbing at his own face, bro is trembling with rage. Hey, I get it. If a nigga disrespected my whole being like that, I'd crash out right then and there too. So Ichigo lands after tossing Aizen and starts talking about ending the fight in an instant. Aizen, who's finally recovered from the face palming earlier, hears this and is not fazed at all. In fact, he's still talking crazy to Ichigo. According to Aizen, the only reason Ichigo was so strong was because he's discarded his spiritual pressure for physical strain. And that won't be enough to stop him, not with the Hogyoku on his side. Aizen evolves again after giving his whole speech, but this nigga Ichigo does not care. Peep what he says.
You done?
Nah, why this give off the same energy as when Cell was showing Gohan his full power, and all Gohan had to say in the moment was,
"Oh kid, are you impressed by what you see?"
Is that all you got?
So Aizen teleports behind Ichigo, trying to sneak him, but Ichigo must also be part Uchiha, because he sees that coming from a mile away and intercepts the attack, causing the mountain around them to shatter. Side note, it's wild how this dude Ichigo is part of every race in Bleach. Bro is the ultimate mixed nigga. Anyway, after clashing, the two of them jump away from each other, and Aizen starts glazing himself crazy, talking about,
"Damn, one string from my sword is really strong enough to blow up mountains? I'm really like that."
Poor Aizen. he really has no idea what's going on. He rushes in again, clashing swords with Ichigo over and over, each time destroying more and more of the landscape. And yo, peep the faces of these two. Aizen is having the time of his life fighting Ichigo right now. Full smile on his face, nigga is cheesing. And then you look at Ichigo, this nigga is bored. Like, he's not enjoying a second of this. Man, if Aizen's head wasn't so far up his ass in this moment, he probably would have peeped.
Hey, this nigga Ichigo is not taking me serious in this fight.
So Aizen goes in for a slash, but Ichigo flash steps out the way, only for Aizen to appear above him and try another slash. Ichigo jumps out the way again. Aizen tries sneaking him for a third time, but Ichigo peeps the attack coming and blocks it. No cap, this nigga Ichigo is putting up a defensive masterclass, blocking or weaving everything Aizen throws at him. When I said part Uchiha earlier, I was obviously joking, but let me find out this nigga Ichigo actually got Uchiha blood running through his veins. At this point, I wouldn't even be surprised. Like I said earlier, the ultimate mixed nigga. Anyway, the two are clashing swords, and Aizen starts yapping about their strength, telling Ichigo that even though they've reached a similar evolution, he's still way stronger and should be able to shatter his Zanpakuto. He goes in for a swing at Ichigo's sword, fully intending to break it, and when he does... Did he catch his sword? Yeah, so Aizen goes in for the swing, and Ichigo catches it with his bare hand.
What?
Mind you, this is an Aizen who's been hyping and glazing himself up the entire fight. Matter of fact, what did he say before going in for the swing?
If I decide to, I have the power to shatter your Zanpakuto with one swing.
All that, only for that swing to not only get caught like that, but also to have the background music stop playing? I know this nigga Ichigo's been plotting on this. Why? Because of how Aizen did bro in the Soul Society arc.
Jesus Christ. In hell, man. I'm finished.
Yeah, this was the get back, and Aizen, bro, is perplexed. He cannot even fathom that his sword just got caught, and Ichigo wastes no time letting him know.
Was it really such a mind-blowing thing to you? Yes, I did catch your sword. Does that scare you?
Nah, does that scare you is crazy. Ichigo got stronger than Aizen and immediately started letting the shit talk fly. Aizen, hearing this, jumps back and starts firing off excuses.
What just happened was simply a moment where your physical strength temporarily exceeded mine.
Nah, this is how you know he's cooked. Bro got his attack caught and immediately starts saying shit like,
Miracles like that do happen from time to time.
he's in complete denial. He don't even know. Aizen starts charging up a Kido attack to hit Ichigo with, and no cap, whatever he's charging up looks devious as hell. Look at all that spiritual energy coming off of this nigga. Ichigo obviously is not fazed by any of this, but any other nigga in Bleach at this point in this series, nah gang, they are cooked. So Aizen uses Hado 90 on Ichigo, an attack that, since it's being used by him, is supposed to create so much gravity that it warps time and space. So to simplify it, this should turn Ichigo into a pancake. Shit, I know Aizen thought he had this in the bag after that move. Look at the smile, this nigga is feeling himself. It's too bad for him that Ichigo is just built different, cause this dude Ichigo swings not his sword, no, just his hand, and completely shatters the Kido spell. You know, the one that's supposed to warp time and space? Yeah, at this point, this nigga Aizen's gotta be freaking out. In fact, why don't we take a look at what he's thinking? So Ichigo breaks out of Aizen's attack, and he's about to farm real quick. Look at the pose. Look at the aura. Ichigo starts walking towards Aizen, and while he's doing that, he's finally letting Aizen know that he's stronger than him. Tells him that the attack that blew up the mountain, yeah, that was his. Pretty much stripping Aizen out of any sense of accomplishment he's felt throughout this whole fight. Ichigo then hits Aizen with the
Now it's my turn.
before taking off and appearing right in front of Aizen and cutting him, all at the same time. Aizen teleports away, but the damage is already done, and just to rub salt in the wound, peep what this nigga Ichigo says when he teleports.
What an odd reaction. Why did you back away just now?
Nah, not only does he have him running, but he's talking shit too. No cap, Aizen, he really just called you a bitch. Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect. And from the looks of it, neither does he, cause Aizen starts tweaking. He yelled, and that causes the diamond on his head to shatter, revealing a third eye. This nigga wanna be Tien so bad. Anyway, the tweaking doesn't stop there. The eye on his forehead starts bleeding, and it looks like Aizen sort of passes out while standing, just for a second before his spiritual energy explodes. Ain't no way. Is this nigga getting another power up? This is like the third one. So Aizen is charging up and Ichigo's just standing there watching all this go down, respecting anime rule 101. No interrupting when a nigga transforms. One transformation sequence later and we see a new Aizen looking more like a hollow this time around. He wastes no time and fires off an attack that causes a whole ass mini nuke to go off. But all that does is break Ichigo's left arm. This nigga wanna be Gohan so bad. Aizen rushes in and grabs Ichigo by the throat, charging up another attack to finish him. But before he does that, he's gotta get in that last bit of shit talk, telling Ichigo he'll show him what it really means to be a transcendent being. And what does Ichigo have to say to that?
This the best you can do?
Nope, absolutely not. See, this right here should have been the biggest red flag for Aizen, cause what do you mean I go through another whole ass transformation and you're still not fazed by my attacks? At this point, Aizen should have taken the hit and dipped, cause you're obviously not dealing with a normal nigga. Aizen should have gotten out of there immediately, but it's too late because Ichigo breaks free from his grip, blows Aizen away, and tells him it's time to end the fight. He holds his sword in front of him and prepares his final Getsuga Tensho. Now it's Ichigo's turn to transform. And let me say right now, this form right here, so clean. Look at him, the pitch black aura, the bandages, the hair, so much aura. Man, Ichigo is too cool. Peep the red eyes. Wait a minute. Red eyes? So Aizen teleports behind Ichigo, trying to sneak him, but Ichigo must also be part Uchiha, because he sees that coming from a mile away and intercepts the attack, causing the mountain. Ain't no fucking way. So Ichigo transforms and gets ready to use his final Getsuga Tensho. Why is it called that? Because the moment he uses this attack, he'll lose all his spiritual energy, including his Soul Reaper powers. While all this is going on, Aizen is in the middle of a full-blown existential crisis, wondering why he hasn't been able to sense Ichigo's spiritual pressure this whole time. And that's when it finally hits him. Ichigo is so much stronger than Aizen that he literally cannot comprehend his spiritual pressure. And that thought alone is enough to drive him insane. Bro starts tweaking like crazy, yelling all kinds of shit at Ichigo, but all that time he spent yapping, that should have been spent running from what was coming next. Ichigo's spiritual energy forms a sword in his hands. He raises it and swings it down as he says, Mugetsu. And with that, the last thing we see is Ichigo's spiritual energy engulfing Aizen, leaving nothing but a black screen. The attack clears out and we see Ichigo. Look at this nigga, just straight natural aura. Like, peep how the spiritual energy is flowing off his fit. He's so cool. Okay, let me chill with the glazing. So Ichigo notices off in the distance, Aizen is still alive. Bro probably got like 5 HP left, but yep, he's still kicking. So Ichigo flash sets in front of him, ready to finish the job. But before he can, yeah, bro's Soul Reaper powers are dipping fast. Luckily for him, he's already put in more than enough work. Aizen is weakened just enough for Kisuke to sneak him and seal him using Kido. And with that, my guy Ichigo walks away with a dub, and Aizen, well, he got locked up. Alright folks, that's all for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and follow me on Instagram and X. And let me know in the comments, which of the 13 Court Guard squads are you joining? I'm trying to see where y'all would post up in the Soul Society. And until next time, peace.